Urgent Chiefs Kingdom fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Chiefs Kingdom news, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Chiefs re-sign RB Kareem Hunt. The Chiefs resigned Hunt on Monday. The Kansas City Chiefs retained a key member of last year's offense on Monday as tailback Kareem Hunt resigned with the three-time defending AFC champions. Hunt led the Chiefs in carries 200, rushing yards 728, and rushing touchdowns 7 last year, despite not signing with Kansas City until Week 4. He then added 28 carries for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns during the Chiefs' postseason run. The 29-year-old Hunt was also a major reason why the Chiefs recorded the fewest negative rushes, excluding kneel downs, of any team in the NFL last season, exemplified by his 500 yards after first contact. Hunt helped stabilize a Chiefs offense that lost tailback Isaiah Pacheco in Week 2, and now with a strong 2024 campaign in the books, he's back for another season in Kansas City. It's silly that Charles Omenihu hasn't already found a home in NFL. Free agency: why hasn't Omenihu found a home yet in free agency? NFL free agency comes in waves. Some of the waves this offseason are proving rather unpredictable. The expectation each offseason is that the frenzy that defines the start of the new league year typically features the most desirable free agent targets flying off the shelves, at the sort of speeds reserved for panic buyers of toilet paper during a global pandemic. The same was true this year, and it will be that way going forward. But some targets seem oddly placed. Turk Wharton was one of the first defensive linemen to find a new home in free agency, and that much was anticipated given his breakout season with the Chiefs. Wharton secured the bag, as they say, and earned generational money from the Carolina Panthers in exchange for his best efforts over the next 3 seasons. Other defensive linemen were snatched up at the same time and near the same rate. Jonathan Allen, Osa Odigizua, Javon Hargrave, D. Jay Jones, and B.J. Hill all have nice new deals. Even Grady Jarrett was released and picked back up in record time to join the frenzy. Charles Omenihu's availability is a bit of a head-scratcher in free agency. Through it all, Charles Omenihu has to be wondering what went wrong. Things got really upside down in free agency over the last couple of days when the Chiefs agreed to terms on a 1-year deal with journeyman tackle Jerry Tillery. Meanwhile, Derek Nnadi left Kansas City to continue his career with the New York Jets. As we said, the waves this year are a bit unpredictable. That's not intended to serve as a slight toward Nnadi or Tillery. The former was a lauded civic hero and strong team leader who spent 7 years with KC as a nice run-stopping piece up front. Tillery hopes to provide a decent push in the heart of the defense in his 3rd stop in the AFC West in 2025. But neither player comes close to what Omenihu can accomplish on the field. If the lesser options are the ones left on the shelves of free agency after the first week or two, then it feels silly to see Omenihu's name still available. Perhaps this is his own doing. Maybe there's a disconnect between his perceived value and what the market would really dictate. It certainly wouldn't be the first time a player was rather stubborn and took a principled stand while unemployed. But typically, when a team and player are at a stalemate, rumors begin to leak to get one side or the other to move. We've heard no such things on social media. Instead, it's been radio silence regarding Omenihu, which is odd for a player with such an obvious positive impact on the Chiefs' pass rush in recent years. Omenihu's proven penchant for making game-altering plays in the biggest games on the schedule should be enough for some teams to come calling for his services. He's versatile enough to play inside and outside. Even more, he should be healthier than ever in 2025, as he's further from a season-ending injury that robbed him of a Super Bowl LV8 appearance. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Chiefs Kingdom news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Chiefs named as odd destination. For controversial Pro Bowl WRT, the Kansas City Chiefs have done some solid business this offseason, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. The left tackle position was fixed sort of, with Jaylon Moore signing on, plus running back Elijah Moore free agent and Kareem Hunt resigned, along with having both Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquise Brown resigning. It has been rather productive. But what if the Chiefs didn't stop there? Yes, adding Brown and Juju to pair with Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy gives the Chiefs 4 genuine options, but there could be another name who would come in and likely usurp everyone aside from Rice Stefon Diggs. For Pro Football Network, Diggs is an interesting choice for the Chiefs, Last year, not a single Kansas City wide receiver topped 700 yards, something Diggs has done every season except for his injury-shortened 2024 campaign, Pro Football Network writes. With two young receivers in Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy leading the way, the Chiefs could use Diggs' experience. However, with the history between Diggs and the Chiefs, he might not be open to the idea of joining Kansas City. But if a deal can be worked out, it would instantly make the Chiefs' offense even more dangerous. Yes, Diggs does have a history, let's call it controversial, but the one big factor in this proposed move is money. SpotRack.com has Diggs' value at $13.7 million APY, and coming off an ACL injury, there is no guarantee how healthy he is going to be. Plus, will he be able to recapture his form from last season? Diggs was on track to have over 1,000 receiving yards again before injury struck after 8 games, so he has the production. But the injury, coupled with what salary he might command, will be a sticking point. Either way, if the Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs are interested in getting another receiver, and not just a guy, then looking at Diggs might be worth it. NFL Insider fires back at massive Chiefs free agency overreaction. Dan Graziano believes the Chiefs are still the favorites in the AFC West after a disappointing first week of NFL free agency. The Kansas City Chiefs are making plenty of moves so far this offseason. Kansas City shocked some fans when they traded Joe Thuney to Chicago just before the start of NFL free agency. Their uninspiring early haul of free agents has some Chiefs fans worried, but one NFL insider believes there's no reason to panic. ESPN's Dan Graziano published an article on Monday responding to overreactions from the first week of NFL free agency. The first topic he responded to was the idea that Kansas City's AFC West title streak will end during the 2025 season. Come on, folks, we've done this before, and we know how it has worked out, Graziano wrote. For all of their problems and for as bad as they looked in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs still went to 152 in the 2024 regular season and got back to the big game for the third year in a row. But why even question the Chiefs' position in the AFC West in the first place? Graziano explained that each team in the division got significantly better over the past few weeks. The Raiders added Pete Carroll at head coach and traded for QB Geno Smith. Denver added multiple 49ers defenders including Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga. Finally, the Chargers brought in guys like Najee Harris and Makey Becton to improve the offense. The logic follows that every team but the Chiefs improved. However, Graziano clearly wasn't buying it. Why the Chiefs are still the top dogs in the AFC West, there are plenty of reasons for Chiefs fans to remain confident about the future, even after a disappointing Super Bowl loss against the Eagles. Graziano continued his argument by explaining why the Chiefs are still the leader in the AFC West. The bones are good. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes, coach Andy Reid, and defensive tackle Chris Jones are still there. Tight end Travis Kelce is back for another season. This team is the best in the NFL at figuring out how to solve the puzzle of the season and come out on top, Graziano continued. Kansas City has already survived the loss of dynamic players like Tyreek Hill. There is no reason to doubt they can make the proper adjustments to get better this offseason. Until we actually see someone finish ahead of the Chiefs in their division for the first time in a decade, I won't believe it's happening, Graziano concluded. The Chiefs also stand to improve during the 2025 NFL Draft. Kansas City is in no danger in the AFC West until definitively proven otherwise. And now, Chiefs fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Chiefs. I'll be back any moment with more Chiefs Kingdom news.